Tonight, First Alert 4 is learning several schools had busloads of kids at the St. Louis Aquarium at Union Station the same day. A now confirmed measles patient walked through the same halls.
And now St. Louis health leaders are on alert for more cases of the highly contagious preventable disease. Russell Kinsall hearing from a parent who was there and the message from health officials tonight. He's live at Union Station. Russell.
Well, I can tell you the person with the measles doesn't live in Missouri. They were visiting from out of state when they came to the St. Louis Aquarium on April 30th. Health officials tell me with the declining vaccination rates and the increasing number of measles cases nationwide, it was inevitable for a case of the measles to pop up here in St. Louis.
We got in there, I want to say around like 11:50, and we had a really good time. We walked around. There was a lot of stuff to do.
Emily Kristen accompanied her son Jasper's kindergarten class from House Springs Elementary School when it visited the St. Louis Aquarium on April 30th. First Alert 4 was the first to inform her that someone with the measles was there on the same day.
Yeah, I was very shocked that I was made aware by the news station and not by the health department, just because in case if there was anybody there that wasn't vaccinated, that everybody should know.
The person with the measles was at the aquarium from 1 to 6 p.m. Kristen's son's class wasn't exposed because they left at 1.
So I'm very confident that we will be, healthy and everything will be fine. But just for everybody to be aware in case there's people in their families that aren't vaccinated.
Students from the Fox C6 school district also visited the aquarium on that day, but their superintendent sent a statement saying, due to the fact that our students were clear of the aquarium before the visitor with measles reportedly visited the facility, we have no concerns that our students were exposed in any way. The measles cases prompted the pandemic task force to meet once again.
To really talk about what sorts of steps do we need to be taking in order to be prepared for if and when measles showed up in the metropolitan area.
The health department of the state where the measles patient is from is not releasing information about that person, nor saying what restaurant they visited after leaving the aquarium. The first symptoms of the measles are high fever, cough, and runny nose in 7 to 14 days, and the rash shows up about 3 to 5 days after that.
People still can die from measles, but again, I think the big thing for me is that it's entirely preventable with vaccination.
So a person who's unvaccinated and they're exposed to the measles is highly likely to get it, but they could reduce the severity of the symptoms by getting a measles vaccination or an antibody treatment within the first 72 hours after exposure. Live at Union Station, Russell Kinsall, First Alert 4.
Russell, thank you.